from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder. Morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere.
Hey folks, how you going? Oh my goodness me, the technical issues. I apologize profusely. I have lights that are not working. There we go. And I don't know where I am, to be honest with you. I'm on some stream somewhere. Hopefully I can pick it up. But there's been a bucket load of chat going on in the original setup that I have. And I've tried to set this up, so I don't know where you guys are getting me. But yeah, let me see. I will try and find out. Yes, that live is there, and something funny's going on. It has not been my week, and I do apologize profusely, folks. Let me see if I can get into the other one where I might be. I am live, so just find me where I'm live. And that is here. Hopefully this one finds me. Yes, it does. This one does. Okay, guys, you need to look for me. Go ahead and look. For some reason, it did not come up where I wanted it to be. So, if anybody's in the old chat, please go ahead and search. I am live on my other one. So, yeah. There we go. And it is for some reason. Oh, what a day. I'm here. Okay. All right. So I've got somebody in one show and don't know who's in the others. Let me see. Okay, I got Jimmy and I got Marjorie. Welcome aboard, folks. Nice to have you here. We are running 5 minutes behind. I am on the Ducks, but I don't know what's going on. For some reason, Evie Mux has got me going somewhere else. So I have no idea. But at the end of the day, folks, I thought I was on the right one, but obviously I'm not. So here we go. All right. And hopefully on Facebook as well. Okay. So let me tell you about my week. I mean, what a week. Oh, my gosh. What a week. So for those that don't know, folks, Monday was a rather interesting day. My beloved vehicle and I came to an issue. I had a garbage truck reverse into my vehicle and create $21,000 worth of damage. So I believe it's going to be written off. That's what I believe. I could be wrong. Hopefully I am. But based on that, we've had a fun day. All right. Now, as I said, for some reason, I don't know why, Evie Mux has put me on a new live area, and I had everything nicely set up in the other one. The date's correct. I don't know what's going on. All right. Today has been a rather auspicious day. Mum is starting her long journey. She is headed to the UK as we speak. She has just flown in from Melbourne through to Perth, and then in roughly about 20, 21, 22, 23, roughly in about 3 hours, she'll be on a big bird flying all the way, an 18-hour flight flying all the way from Perth into um, Heathrow Airport. So that's going to be one amazingly long flight. Now, for some reason, I'm not getting all the chat, so I will have to have a look at. I think I need to reboot this machine. I'm not going to do it right now. Thank you very much. I'm busy with my mates here, and all my settings are gone. Yep. Yeah, all my settings are gone. But anyway, all right. So in the chat, we've got just having a look here. We've got Jimmy from the Astute Tourist. We've got Roxy. G'day, Roxy. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you there. They're in the duck side, and I don't see anybody in the HH4C side. So that's okay. That's okay. This is a duck show today. So anyway. Joe, I was watching you in the last stream that you put up, the last comment you made. You had a guess at where we are. I'm not going to knock your suggestion. I'm not going to say it's correct just yet. I'd like to see everybody else come on in and tell us where you think we are. So yes, so that's the amazing thing. All right. And if I keep on looking to my side, folks, it's because I can't see, for some reason, I'm not getting all the comments coming up here on the EV Mark. So I'm actually looking at them on the actual lives themselves. So there we go. G'day, Lorraine. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you there. Roxanne said oven almost caught on fire and she wasn't cooking in it. Seriously? That's not good. Goodness me. So Lorraine's saying good day to everybody. So these are all the people in the ducks. Let's have a look. Still no one in the HH4C. That's cool. We'll just stay here in the ducks section then. Jimmy's saying he's been sharing out this new link. Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we'll get more coming in the chat. As I say, I'm busy looking across here. It is actually a rather beautiful view behind. Seems hard to find our stream. That's a real shame. Don't know why. I haven't done anything different to what I normally do. So, and it wasn't getting its link in. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. This thing is playing silly buggers with me. Anyway, all right. What else can I say? Let me have a look. Yep. Let me have a look. All right. So, as I was saying before, Mum's on her way. She's just landed in Perth. She's got wheelchair access, which is great, which means she doesn't have to find her way in the hard spots. They will actually help her find her way. So right now she's sitting in a coffee shop, having a lovely caffeine hit, where she's going to sit there for an hour, and then they're going to take her airside through customs, and then get her towards the gate, and hopefully they'll get her on the plane, and she'll be most happy and excited. That's what I reckon. Lorraine is saying quack, so that's cool. And safe travels, Mum. Yes, Jimmy, I agree. Safe travels. I just spoke to her now, just before the live, and she's got a smile on her face. So what more can I say? She's happy. It's actually going to be quite a long trip for her. She's got it's a 20-hour flight, to be honest. Perth, and it's the fifth longest flight in the world, I believe. The longest is, I believe, Singapore to LAX. I could be wrong. Thank you, Lorraine. Fly safe, Edith. I will let her know as soon as I talk to her. Now she leaves Perth. Now get this right. So she took off at 3:15. After 4 hours of flying, she landed in Perth an hour after she took off. Um, she's going to get into the aeroplane at 11 our time, which is 7 o'clock their time. She's then going to take off at 7:15 and fly for 18 hours and get there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Um, the same morning that she took off. How do you like them apples? Jimmy is saying, are those the Bunda Cliffs? No, it's not. It's not the Bunda Cliffs. In actual fact, Joe was correct. That is a place called Kangaroo Island. Kangaroo Island is just outside of Adelaide. Let me give you a bit of info on Kangaroo Island. Kangaroo Island is Australia's third largest island, and it is just off. It's 70 kilometres just off the coast of South Australia, or just near Adelaide. It's got over a third of the island is protected in nature reserves with notable landmarks like Remarkable Rocks and Admiral Arch. I tried to get some of those pictures up there, but I didn't actually get them. It is packed with kangaroos, koalas, and other wildlife. The island has a town called, let me see if I can find the name, Kingscote, and Kingscote has 4,800 people living on it. It is a very popular, tourist destination. I lied. It's 70 miles, not 70 kilometers. It's 112 kilometers or 70 miles southwest of Adelaide. The area is about 4,400 square kilometers, about 1,700 square miles, and it's separated from the mainland by an area called the Backstairs Passage and the Investigator Strait. The island has kangaroos, sea lions, koalas, and lots of bird species, and it's famous for its animal conservation efforts, including seal and penguin colonies. Kangaroo population is slightly different from mainland kangaroos with longer, darker fur. And Kangaroo Island is actually a lot cooler than the mainland. So there you go. That's info for you. Jimmy has done his bit there. He's gone in with the hashtag duck, and of course, Nightbot has brought in the links. You'll see that all in the chat. I'm keeping my eye on the chat so that we don't get lost. So that is the little bit about Kangaroo Island. In fact, lots of people go to Kangaroo Island for various touristing things. The ship that we'll be going on in March or April of 2027 will leave out of Melbourne and go and visit Kangaroo Island as well as Adelaide and Port Lincoln and back into Melbourne. G'day, Jonesy. Welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. Unfortunately, my EV Max is not behaving, and I think it's got something to do with the fact that my computer was playing up earlier on in the day, so I need to just do some serious, severe cleanups so that we're ready for the weekend. As I was saying to everybody, Mum's journey has started. She's currently in Perth as we speak right now, and within the next 3 hours, she will be on QF9, headed to LHR, which is affectionately known as Heathrow Airport. She'll be meeting up with her cousin, who she hasn't seen in 50 odd years. And she'll also be meeting up with one said grandson. So it's going to be, she's going to have a load of fun. And I believe the hug will be for 10 minutes because she not only is mum giving Dave a hug from herself, but there's 10 people worth of hugs to give. So we'll see. A hug a minute. Yeah. Anyway, looks like we're going to have a huge amount of fun. Anyway, she was all excited when we saw her last night, and yeah, um, definitely looking forward to seeing how things progress. All right, next on the scene. So, as I said to start off with, Monday was a bit of a write-off for me. I had a vehicle accident. I had a garbage truck reversing to my vehicle, causing $21,000 worth of damage. I've got a very high suspicion that the insurance company will turn around and pay me out. So now we're on the hunt for a new vehicle. Yes, Lorraine, there will be group hugs going backwards and forwards, as we know. And of course, anybody coming to the meetup when we go on the cruise, which is in just under a month, because we leave in, let me see, we leave in 23 days and the cruise is in 30. So just under a month. So there you go. We'll be having a load of fun and merriment. Now, Jonesy is saying buy a sand van. Yeah, I'm kind of looking at one of those. Once you, yeah, no, shut up, Sean. Shut up, Sean. Yep. The van I had was actually quite good. It served me well, carried lots of things, but frightened the shit out of me when the garbage guy decided to write it off. Yup. Anyway, we will progress with the show as we go, because I believe it was trying to actually find the link and couldn't. Anyway, I'll have to fix something. Okay, what you drinking? I'm actually drinking a glass of peached iced tea. Um, uh, Last night we took Mum out for dinner before her flight out, and we went to a Vietnamese place where they make pho, and the pho was gorgeous. We had a bit left over, but it was very salty. Normally, I'd be drinking a caffeine hit right now, but I need to quench a thirst. So it's peach iced tea, and it is actually quite scrumdiddlyumptious. Mm. Yes, Jonesy, it does look like rum. I don't actually have rum in the house, unfortunately. I'll have to get some rum when we're on the cruise. Jimmy thought it was whiskey. Yeah. Jimmy, I wouldn't drink that much whiskey because when I drink whiskey, I drink it neat. Don't like mixing it. It takes away the flavor of whatever else I'm mixing it with. Mm. So, Jimmy, you'll just have to come down to the meetup and have a glass of whiskey with me. A shot, a glass, whatever. We'll down it together. Yeah, don't bring the bottle. Figured after the crash you would need a stiff drink, mate. I chilled out the whole day. So yeah, it wrote me off, which is unfortunate. Folks, I am going to ask you a favor. If you are in the chat, please go ahead. If you're not already subbed, please do. But if you would like, please hit the thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. G'day, Joe. How you going, buddy? I'm glad you found us. For some reason, EVMux would not get itself set in the original settings I had, and it kept on spiraling. So I had to pull out, and I decided I'd pull out and start again, thinking it would pick up on the live that we were already running, but obviously it didn't work. Right now, what I've got happening is the chat on my EVMux is not working, but I can see the live chat going on in both HH4C and also the ducks. So I'm just having a look to see who's where and what. Currently, everybody's in the ducks, which is great. So, g'day, Joe. And Joe, you were right. That is, and how the hell did you know that is Kangaroo Island? I don't think you've ever been there. So, how the hell did you know? Do you do nothing else but sit and look at the map and look at the pictures? Because I've tried to make it as cryptic as possible. So there you go. So if you see me constantly looking to my right, your left maybe, I am looking at the live stream so that I can pick up on the chat. So there you go. Had a bit of a scare yesterday, Joe. What happened? What was that with the accident, or are you okay? What's going on, buddy? Yeah. So as I said, I didn't have fun on Monday. Everybody's interested to know what's happened, Joe. I hope you've been all right. Nightbot is saying we'd like to thank all of you who have donated to HH4C. Please continue to give so that we can have more recipients joining us on our cruises. Yeah, we're looking forward to catching up with Dan. Dan is such a nice guy. So we're looking forward to meeting up with him in person. He's so humble. He's almost as humble as me. Yeah, right. Nightbot is also saying check out the Helping Hands for Cruising website. It's www.helpinghandsforcruising.org. And yeah, there's lots of exciting things happening. We've got the board meeting happening on Saturday. I believe you guys from America, you lose your daylight saving this Saturday into Sunday. So there we go. And Nightbot's also saying, please drop your link. If you're in the Down Under Cruises, #duck. If you're in the, and it's all lowercase, if you're in the HH4C, #HH4C, again, it's all lowercase. Go ahead, get stuck in, and leave your link. That way people can come onto your chat. Yeah, Jimmy says you fall back 1 hour. Jonesy is saying, yes, the first Monday in November is Monday, November 3rd. That is 2025, is Recreation Day, a public holiday for Northern Tasmania. It's celebrated in all parts of Tassie North. Mate, you just wanted a long weekend. Because you've got, I know a lot of the construction industry are taking an RDO on Monday because Tuesday is Cup Day. Oh, gosh. I've got a funny feeling I'm doing a course. First Monday in November is Melbourne Cup Day. It's a public holiday where everybody can go and see the horses. And yeah, Jonesy's saying that Ilana and I get next Tuesday off because it's Melbourne Cup Day. And Jimmy says, Jonesy needs to take a holiday. Well, Jonesy works really hard. And I'll tell you what, those drives around Tasmania would definitely be tiring. It's such a huge place, Tasmania. All right, Jonesy, you can whack me later. Joe is saying, two mine workers deceased, a 59-year-old Irishman who migrated to Australia in the 1980s and a 24-year-old woman, both local to Cobar. Oh my goodness me, mate. So what actually, to be honest, I haven't been listening to the news. What actually happened? How did the explosion happen? Um, Jonesy is saying south of the island has a public holiday in February as a regatta day. February, isn't that towards the end of the Sydney to Hobart? Um, Jimmy is saying, "Oh, that's terrible, Joe." Um, Joe is saying there is a mine. Oh, there was a mine explosion in Cobar yesterday. His bro works in one of the mines out there. Luckily, it wasn't his mine. The CSI gold and copper mine. It was the Endeavour silver, lead, and zinc mine. So, what did they get? Did they have? A, was it a gas? Was it gas underground that caused the explosion, or what happened? Do they know? Jamaica's getting slammed by hurricanes. Yes, heard about that. It is hurricane season or the tail end of hurricane season down your area, and Hurricane Melissa kind of reminds me of Hurricane Ian when Ilan and I came down the first time to Miami to go on the cruise. So there you go. That's right, Jonesy. Sydney to Hobart is on Boxing Day. For the uninitiated, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. In the English world, as in the countries that were related to England, that's England, Canada, South Africa, Australia, New Zealand. We celebrate the day after Christmas is called Boxing Day. And I believe the history for it getting its name is that the rich and famous would rebox not old gifts, but gifts that they didn't want and give them to charity or to the people that worked for them. They re-gifted them. And so it was called Boxing Day when they boxed them up. All right. Okay, so the rest of the chat so far is Nightbot doing its thing, which is cool. Okay, so the story with Mom now is Perth, and then she goes to London and spends 2 weeks in London. 2 weeks in Europe because she's going to spend some time with her cousin. The 2 weeks will be with her cousin, and what they'll do is go and see some of the UK, and then her cousin is going to take Mum across to Spain to spend some time with her daughter, with a cousin's daughter, and so that's going to be amazing for them. And then they're going to fly back to the UK, and then Mum departs on the 15th, headed out for Miami to spend time with my cousin in Fort Myers. So that's what's happening in the first instance. Joe is saying an uncontrolled detonation of explosives as they were heading up to the surface. They never made it out. 2 passed away at the mine, 1 underground and 1 at the surface. There was 1 survivor. Oh my goodness me. That's very sad. To be honest with you, Joe, the only time I watch the news is when I'm getting dressed in the morning just to see what the weather is, and I never catch the full news. So I'm glad your bro is okay. And you might find that at the end of the day, when they look at it, it might be considered that the guards weren't careful because it shouldn't have happened. Truth be known, it shouldn't have happened. Correct? They should have been really cautious. That's the wishful think. Okay. Moving right along. See if anybody's gone into HH4C. No one has. That's cool. So we'll stay with the ducks. So Joe is saying, so am I. As my mother, we were both worried. I can imagine. Yep. So somebody wasn't taking care of stuff. So yeah, that's a shame. All right. Now, for those that are interested to know, for when we go over to the US, our shopping has actually started. We've now got to buy stuff to take with us so that we can give them out to people. Like, for example, some people like the licorice. Don't know why. I'm not a licorice fan. Other things that we need to look at is we'll be doing a Tim Tam Slam on the ship if we can help it. So we'll need some Tim Tams. We're also looking at what else are we looking at? Oh yeah, there's a Vegemite taste test going on the cruise, and then we definitely have to take some of Nobby's nuts, because we want everybody to nibble Nobby's nuts. And Nobby's nuts are actually quite scrummy, really. Um, are you bringing the koala? I wanted. Jimmy. We're trying, but um, um, the unfortunately the koala we're not allowed to actually take out of the country. It is a you want a stuffed one. Yes, we'll work on that one if we can. We definitely will. um Now wait a minute. Joe is going, me neither. I'll be bringing a lovely Davidson plum crumble cake or two with me for the ducks cruise in December. That's going to be awesome, guys. You really want to come on board. Joe is saying nibble Nobby's nuts before he nibbles yours. Absolutely. Mum wants one, a koala. Well, we'll work on it. We definitely will. Jimmy's having a giggle there. And Jonesy, will you get to go to a Bucky's? We want to see if we can get to a Bucky's. I believe there's a Bucky's in Miami or close to it. Or one close to, I believe there's one close to Fort Myers as well. So we'll see how we go. Do want to see a Bucky's, do want to try it, because that's what everybody talks about. Bucky's is an American institution. Jonesy's actually been there, so he knows. He knows real good. But one of the things I'm looking forward to, Joe, is that when we do our cruise on the Carnival Luminosa, we'll actually be teaching these Aussies these Americans, how to speak with a real Aussie accent, won't we? Jonesy says he's been, which is true, he has. And Joe is saying, be prepared to walk for miles. They have miles of fuel pumps. I believe so. Yep, I believe so. And you know what? Those fuel pumps will eventually turn into electric charging stations. So yeah, we need a few of those electric charging stations. Okay, so now we're going to have the meetup. The meetup's looking to be fine. There's going to be, oh God, I'm hoping there will be more people at the meetup than there will be with us on the cruise, because there'll be some people coming to the meetup that will not be able to go on the cruise. That's unfortunate, but it'll be good for them to come. And the good news is we'll be handing out an award, the Sir Gary Krebs Award, the Sir Gary of the Beaches. And we'll also be doing the Right Honourable Shui. So that's all organised. Joe is saying we need to train these wonderful American friends of ours how to talk Strine and walk the Australian walk. Mate, absolutely. Let's talk Strine. Like where we're going to meet is a spot right near the Black Stump. Now, the Black Stump is just 20 kilometres north of Wheeler 5 kilometres south of Tagadrugalong. And yeah, we're going to have an absolutely great grouse time, And yeah, should you bring your Akubra or not? Mate, bring your frickin' Akubra. We'll be bringing our cork hat so that we can get rid of them flies. If you bring the Akubra, you'll be comfy. It'll be awesome. Awesome as. So we're looking at a number of things that could be Joe, you got me on that pronunciation. 20 kilometers southwest of Waikikimukau. You like your bring a grog along? Your bring a grog along is not is well. Bring a grog along is where all the Aborigines go on what do they call it, on corroboree. That's where they do corroboree. I got it. Yeah, I did it. It took me a while. I had to check it out, but yeah, bring your grogger along is where the Aborigines do their corroboree, and you've got to see the corroboree, don't you, Joe? We won't tell them what the corroboree is, will we? Yeah, yeah, it's awesome. Um, um, Okay, so the next message that came up is from Nightbot. I'm not going to read that out to you. I want to look at you guys, not have to check this. But anyway, Night Evie Mux is doing its bit. I'm going to put in a complaint. Tell them I'm not impressed. They need to fix it, or else I put up with it. Jonesy Goon B. Yeah, well, Goon B is yeah, Goon B is also good. Okay, so on the night of the meetup, we're also trying to organise an opportunity for a traditional. Well, we won't be able to make it because the meetup starts around about 6:00. But we're trying to get a restaurant to provide some Cuban meals. So that'll be awesome. And whether the hotel will let us do it is another story. So we just got to check that one out. Joe, we love you, Shaun. Joe, we love you back, mate. We appreciate you. And we're definitely going to have a ball when we get together. Can't wait to try some of that beer that you got there. That's some of that stuff that's out of Dubbo. Don't know whether we'll be stopping along the way, but hey, we'll certainly be headed up towards Brizzy, and we may have an American with us. I'm not sure whether Ruffy is going to fly down to Melbourne or we have to pick him up in Sydney and take him up to Brizzy. So we'll see what happens. Joe is saying, don't mention Goon around me. I had the worst experience with Goon. I ended up drinking a full bag of warm Goon with a bunch of Filipinos. Warm. How can you drink warm beer? Seriously. I've never had Goon, so I don't know what it's like. But how can you drink a warm beer? I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway. Never play Goon out of Fortune with Filipinos. Never play Goon of Fortune with Filipinos. Okay. Goon is one in a bag. Okay. Okay. Because there was a comedy show called The Goons. With Spike Milligan and a number of others. It was a staple on a Sunday night for the family to get round the old wireless, the radio, and listen to the Goons do their radio show. We weren't in South Africa. We didn't get TV until 1975. So yeah, anybody's wondering why we were listening to them on the radio. Jonesy is saying it's a very cheap one. Aha. What about the Goodies? Yeah, the Goodies was good. That was another British group. Um, they were a little bit older. I mean, as in younger, closer to our time frame. Um, in the late 70s. But again, we only got to watch TV for about a year in South Africa, and then we were headed out here. And of course, TV's here, cheap as hell. Yummy yum, says Jonesy. Um, okay, so yeah, so Kangaroo Island, a gorgeous little place. I've actually never been there, but we are going to go there on that cruise, so it's going to be amazing. Okay, Joe is saying Goon of Fortune. Take the goon bag out of the carton, peg it to a clothesline, spin it, and see where it lands. Whoever it lands on has to take a big swig out of the bag, usually played with warm goon. Oh, that sucks. Well, it's a wine. Is it a white wine or a red? Or is it a tone? It's usually the good old Hills Hoist. Yep, that's right. Spin it on the Hills Hoist. Actually, I was watching back on one of the old lives that we did, and we had Dave Burgess on there, and he was talking about how he'd fixed his Hills Hoist to use it as his antenna for his TV. Yeah, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. It's interesting. Can be any type of red or white. Goon does not discriminate. It's non-discriminatory. Maybe it's for the Philippines. Yeah, okay, non-discriminatory. That's cool. Yeah. So, interesting, fun. All right, now, for those that are interested, the Helping Hands for Cruising website, there is now a webmaster for that, and that person is keeping the website up to date. For the downundercruises.com website, you're looking at the webmaster, and I'm going to start putting some more info on there on a regular basis heading into the trip. So stay tuned. Look at the blogs, look at the vlogs, and see what we've got to say, and we'll have a lot of fun. Joe, you're just repeating stuff I said before, but that's cool. I will read it out. Sorry, Jonesy, not Joe, Jonesy. Kangaroo Island is Australia's third largest island, located 110 kilometres southwest of Adelaide, South Australia. 110 k's is about 70 miles. You're reading it from the same thing I read it from earlier on before you came on in. But that's cool. To drop your link, please type in hashtag duck in the chat. I was late, sorry. That's all right. You're okay. Joe is saying the same thing. Kangaroo Island has Australia's largest population of critically endangered Australian sea lions. Not only that, Joe, it's kangaroos are different breed to the ones that we have here. It's got a thicker fur. So longer and thicker fur. So there you go. Well, it's got to stay warm, you know. Kangaroo Island does get freaking freezing. All right. Now, when we leave, we'll be leaving in 23 days. We'll be flying on a Qantas 380. Now, it's an American Airlines flight, code shared with Qantas. So there you go. It's going to be fun. Jimmy is saying he's got to run. It's Hump Day with Cup of Joe Live. And yeah, looking forward to that one. Shaun, g'day. Hang on, let me see if this works. Tell me if this works. I'm hoping it does, because if it works, that's awesome. Does that work, guys? Did you hear that? Did everybody get to hear that? I hope you did. Um, Joe is saying he's mentioning those guys, um, mentioning those guys as they're at risk of becoming extinct, as there's only 6,500 healthy adult Australian sea lions out in the wild. Wow, is that it? See you, Jimmy. G'day, Scott. It works. Good. It worked. Awesome. What lives do you want me to do when you're gone, Shaun? Um, Jonesy, I want you to teach people about Tassie. Do a live about Tassie. Show the place. Talk about it. And we shall have fun. Hi from Roxy. Hey, Roxy, says Joe. All right. I should actually tidy this desk up at some point so that I can have things closer on and I'm not staring at, I'm turning away. In other words, just be you. That is correct, Joe. That is correct, 100%. Yeah. And Jonesy is saying in your time slot. Yep, that's cool. Because when we get back, you and I might be doing lives together. That would be a thing. So yeah, and you wouldn't have any issues because I own the music. So there you go. Joe is saying, Jonesy, keep an eye out for a beige coloured coach. Rego, T for Tango, V for Victor, 5594. All right, is that the person who's going to give you a lift, Joe, down to Tassie, or is that a new vehicle in Tassie? These are all the exciting questions we need to know. If we don't know the exciting questions, we can't answer them. All right. Just a heads up for those in the Ducks chat. Thank you very much for getting us over the 709 subs in the Ducks. HH4C are still looking for 36 subs. So if we can get 36 subs, we'll get that to 500. 37 to make it, let's make it 40, and it's well and truly over the 500. Plus the watch hours, we would love that. That would make a huge difference. Joe is saying that's friends of his who are in Tassie at the moment. On the side, it will say Langley's. 5594 is the number plate. T for Tango, V for Victor. New South Wales Rego. Fleet number 1. Ooh, it's part of a fleet. Okay. So what are they doing, a Tassie tour around, or are they having a break themselves touring around? Getting the bus worn in. Is it, what kind of bus is it? Are they touring around? Awesome. So they got a tour on board. Joe, what type of bus is it? Tour vehicles, TV. Yes, I know. It's a Scania. So it's a big one. That's cool. Scania K for Kilo 470 Echo Bravo. EB. It's the EB that's the most important bit. If it didn't have the EB, it wouldn't be worth. There you go, Joe. I'm trying to sell it up. All right, 2 minutes to go before Jimmy's Cup of Joe live. Folks, I'm going to suggest that you jump in there and say g'day. Do a hashtag Ducks Raid. That'd be nice. And Jonesy is saying, and we all sing the wheels on the bus go round and round. Joe says he has to research what that part means. the Echo Bravo, extra big. It's also a rear steer. Oh, really? It's a 6 by 2 and 2.4. A 6 by 2 by 4. Right? 2.4. What's that? Asterisk. All right. Okay. So, folks, with that in mind, I'd hate for you guys to be late for Jimmy's. I'm sorry I had technical difficulties. Do you have the clip of Rafi and I dancing and on the Lido? Yes, I do. I'm hoping that will come on now. See you all on Saturday. Yep. For those that are interested, Saturday is when we will be doing, Friday night at 10 p.m. Eastern is equal to 1 p.m. on Saturday Arvo, Joe. So there you go. Roxy is saying she's just thinking, Jesus, that's her house cat taking fire, taking catch on fire. Oh, well, I hope you're not on. I hope everything's all right. Jonesy, talk later. Yep. And Lorraine, can I have a copy? You'll see one in a minute, and sure. But I don't think have a look at it and tell me if that's the piece of material you want. At any rate, folks, we'll catch up with you on Friday night Eastern, 1 p.m. Melbourne time. And you guys have a fantastic evening or day. We shall catch up with you later. Take care.
Come from the land down under, where the sun is hot and bright, beaches cool and waves of thunder, morning turns to golden night. So much there is to see, my friend, from the city to the shore. Grab a stool, we'll find an end to keep us wanting to hear more. Down under's calling, can't you hear? Echoes in the breeze, feel the magic everywhere in the rustling of the trees. Mountains rise and rivers flow, adventures wait around. Meet the world on a winding road in every little town. Oh, the land, it seems to me, with a tune as wild as sea.